Hello, hello, peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, USA, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Австрия, Германия and Czech Republic, не входящих в русские, гетто, Холокост, геноцид страны, индийские, китайские страны и остальные страны, где живут русские подонки, суки, черножопые, суки, подонки. Русские, гетто, Холокост, геноцид стран — это Россия, СССР, СНГ, Болгария, захваченная ими Прибалтика, где русские подонки, суки, и черножопые, суки, подонки, с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями, устроили геноцид мне, пытая аппаратурой и майнд-контроль над аппаратурой, применяя все формы принуждения, насилия, террора, рабства, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России, не давая мне осуществить мою эмиграцию, въезд в Австрию, Германию, Нидерланды, Францию, Чехию, Шотландию, Англию, USA, Америку, Канаду, Аляску, куда я собираюсь, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России и пытая аппаратурой и майнд-контроль над аппаратурой, принуждая находиться среди подонков и сук, и их пиздосранок и гондонов, сук, кобелей. Hello, hello, Joy, Lauren, Dungeon, John, Crystal, New York, the Zoe people's white race from the USA, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, and Czech Republic. Oh, hello, Joy. Today is 24th of August 2025 of this year, Joy. Looking for. Today is Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday.
Looking for, Joy. Looking for.
And welcome to anyone who has recently joined the channel. You've added several thousand subscribers over the last few days. No doubt in part thanks to CTV, Zoomer Radio, CP24, and CBC. But we're heading southbound Yonge Street, but like I said, we're not going to be doing this for long. I'm going to get off Yonge Street. We've done this walk a lot lately. St. Clair was just my starting point. Chris says, happy Thursday. Yeah, Simons, I heard about that. Unfortunately, not great times at Scarborough Town Center.
Looking for, Joy. And people from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany and Czech Republic. Они опять так воздействуют, подонки, суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели, что не работает смартфон. Ни один смартфон не работает, интернет ни на одном смартфоне, ни на планшете. Они опять так воздействуют, подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели. Looking for.
I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had any incidents or anything in quite a while. But we'll take one of these residential streets on the right and we'll connect over to Avenue. There's a public set of courts here. Just waiting for the light to change. Gertej was watching my last stream this morning. That was an early stream, wasn't it? At least by my standards. Yeah, I watched the Jays lose to the Pirates yesterday afternoon. That was painful. and the Yankees won. Dope. But the Yankees are about to play the Red Sox, so hopefully they beat each other up. People wishing Philip well. Sorry to hear if something's happening, Philip. I missed the original message. I can't read every message when I'm walking around. I do my best. But sometimes you just can't read them all. I'm trying not to walk into things, trip over myself, be inconsiderate. Sweet Cheek says, good afternoon, Johnny and chat. Good afternoon to you.
Looking for Johnny and people from the America, Canada, Alaska, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, and Czech Republic. Они опять так воздействуют, подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели, и делают так, что не работает интернет на всех смартфонах и на планшете.
This is almost a perfect day. Blue skies, got some sun, there's a nice breeze. But let's just connect over to Avenue Road. And these are really nice residential streets in this area. Just north of Summerhill.
Street now will be cooking on dinner, night lunch. И они делают жуткие боли этой аппаратурой. Подонки, суки, их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели. Как будто выломаны руки или сломаны. Они такую делают боль вот здесь, этой аппаратурой. Подонки, суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели. Ну комфорт, Жоя.
Over that. Hey, Yogi's here. Jeff Kennedy. Brad Connor.
I will be eating this fast food. Bakers with cheese. I don't know is what to consist it. This psychopreparat hormones and poison are without. I can afford.
Gail says, hey Johnny, kudos to you for the great interview on the radio. Very professional, thank you. BBC cut it up. A neatly edited video. They also posted a short of it. I didn't even know. Just even recorded. I did that. Flight organization, and CBC is such a valuable public asset. It's the sad state of affairs when the public broadcaster is the one exposing evil corporate practices. They do a lot of essential investigative work that nobody else does. Seems to be clean. Oh, this is a particularly nice and pretty upscale area. Yeah, for the most part, the city's pretty clean. Greetings from the People's Republic of Singapore. Welcome to that shiny trailer truck. This one's not going to rust. Stupid. Hey, there's Avenue Road. So we're going to start making our way south in a moment. From this direction, from being able to see any pedestrians. That was Farnham Road. We're at Avenue, but now we're at Avenue. Here's looking up towards St. Clair. Oregon says, oh, what a stupid car. Hey, to each their own, I guess. but if you own one and wanted to give me a ride in one, I wouldn't say no. I might cover my face while doing it, but it'll still be a neat experience. What, rogue Cybertrucks? Beautiful old walk-up apartment building. Am I posting my trip to the CDC before my interview? Yeah, that one is scheduled for Saturday morning. So he joined me yesterday. Ready to go tomorrow. Get out and make 3 or 4 videos. Salves and sports facilities. Now, yeah, there's some very high-end just here on the left with a very expensive tuition. HC says, I saw your interview at the CBC, but you're waiting for the live of me going to the CBC and my after stream after finishing the interview. Yeah, it's a very funny thing to do, right? Monetize my day. I gotta wake up at the ass crack of dawn. Might as well get some content out of it. After this stream, I'm meeting a friend, and I think I'm going to try to talk them into some Korean food. That doctor says, howdy do, Blue Jays fans. You are looking at one. Howdy do, math doctor.
I will be eaten it. I don't know what to consist it. With psychopрепарат с гормоном пояса or without. Looking for.
It's certainly a nice time to be out. It's not so great.
I will be eating it. Fast food bakers
Take a walk.
with sausages and
I don't
cheese
think you'll get any
and
argument
2
from me.
pieces of cheese and coffee without sugar with milk. Looking for.
Is Korean food relatively expensive relative to what you would pay for it in Korea? Yeah.
Sorry.
Bibimbops go in the neighborhood of like 18 to 22 bucks at most places. For a dish I used to get for 4 or 5 over there. It's kind of what I feel like, a big bowl of beef bibimbap. Maybe just a light beer to go with it. Heads up, I might be going away pretty soon. So there may be a live stream or 2 or 3 from a somewhat distant city. Oh, look at this car. don't even know what that is. Morgan says, do I ever get heat stroke? No. I do get lightheaded sometimes when I've been out in the heat walking for a long time. I keep an ice cold bubbly in my backpack. I'm wearing a hat and have shades on. That's usually enough. Remember, when I was in Tokyo the first time on this channel, I was streaming in like 38 to 40 degree weather. And that was pretty much the same thing when I went to Korea right after. This guy makes over 6 fingers. I got 10, well 8, plus a couple of thumbs. North American prices are made up. Well, Americans are just now finding about these taxes their orange president has applied to so many things being imported. People are shocked that all the back-to-school supplies are up like 20% at Walmart this year. Well, no shit. You're directly taxing everything. You can call them tariffs. But you have to be a proper fucking moron to not know that tariffs are just another way of saying a tax on the importing country. Hey, it's Robert Davies Park. We're about to go under the Midtown CP rail line. So we're not quite downtown. Shout out to Steve Wicks. Yogi remembered the days when I refused any hats or caps. Yeah, those days are done. Some people speculated that it was because I'm losing hair. No, it was just kind of dumb of me to generally not wear a hat out in the sunny weather. Billy T says drinking water like crazy will defeat the dizziness. Well, the weather is definitely turning. We had a very hot summer so far. Look at that view of the tower straight ahead. Cortez says, I look like the Terminator. Morgan asking about edibles. Yeah, I had some fantastic edibles last Saturday. I bought them from what I thought was one of the regulated weed shops. Then I saw stuff with like 500 milligrams of THC in it. I was like, oh, this is one of those kind of shops. But I got some great stuff on Saturday. There's McPherson. I'm going to save coming here for the fall, but this street is absolutely stunning once all the colors start changing. Yogi says I look good wearing caps. I don't know about that. Hey, Randy Ruck is here. Non-regulated is the way to go. You won't look back. Well, I will say it was very inconsistent. I bought these chocolate cookies, or chocolate chip cookies. And the first one didn't do shit, and it didn't taste like anything. And then the second one, literally, it didn't taste like a cookie at all. It just tasted like I was eating weed. Should shrooms be legalized? I don't know. There's a few companies trying to get approval for medicinal shrooms. There's one called Numinous Wellness. They actually got into a lot of trouble and had their stock delisted for improper reporting of their financials. And there's another one called Mind Medicine. I think there's a few others. I think we're a long ways off from seeing recreational mushrooms legalized. The cops just busted a store for that. I was seeing that, or I saw that on Reddit. Look for a brand called Pen. It's a good one. Vintage and pre-loved clothing. So we're still north of downtown, but we are entering Yorkville in a moment. It's a little entranceway to Ramsden Park. Pedestrian safety improvements, including new street-level pedestrian spaces, are coming to Avenue Road from DuPont to Davenport. Neat.
Finish steht und Jalken vor. So to finish.
Oh, these barriers. Howard Charco says your cookies at least taste good. Your cookies knocked me out, man. They did taste good. But they sent me straight to dreamland. I think they did a number on Ken. Good to see you, Howard. Asha Thomas says, "Hi, John. So glad to meet you here. Long time after AXA. Proud of you, my friend Asha." That was way back when, what, 2007, 2008, we worked together at the North American Center, right up at Yonge and Finch. You worked for Amina? No, we both worked for Will. That was the last job I had before I ran off to Korea.
Продолжаем велбитный fish snack. I don't know what to consist it. This psychopреparat с гормоном поясом or without these ingredients. With these foods.
You can go ahead and tell
Welcome
everyone
for
what a shitty worker I am.
fish snack.
Alright, so on the right side is the Annex neighborhood. On the left side of the road here is Yorkville. Asha says, I know, remember the Reflex team? Yes, I came to know from Milk Bag and CBC coverage. What is Milk Bag? Mothman, $10. I left Toronto for Burlington 2 months ago after spending 15 years in the city. Honestly, not liking it much. Exploring my options to return. Mothman, thank you so much. I think that was the first super of the stream. Thank you so much, Mothman. Well, you know, as they say, the grass isn't always greener. No offense to anyone, but I've always kind of thought of the suburbs as the worst of both worlds. You don't get all the convenience and liveliness of the city, but you don't get the peacefulness of the countryside or smaller towns. Instead, everything's just kind of super inconvenient and spaced out and isolated and car dependent. If that's your jam, cool, but it's certainly not mine. All right, let's head over to Hazelton.
DJ number 2 of Daimler Nightlines.
I'm one of them, yeah. Just doing a live stream right now.
Don't know that to
No
consist.
worries. Cool. Well, cheers.
Психая препарат с гормонцем poison result. I don't know it, Jay.
Am I that guy that walks around the city? Well,
And
one of
like
them.
it, Johnny, this is not a fake. It's психопрепарат с гормонцем poison.
Yeah, after university, I got a job at an insurance company. And I moved into a brand new house in Milton with my partner at the time. And the mortgage was in her name, but I was paying half of it. And it didn't take me very long to realize I was miserable out there. Oh, look at this view. A couple of really exciting new towers going up in the same shot. Billy T says suburban housing is the only way to own a home. I don't know, the prices are so insane. I'd rather own a Toronto home. You used to get much better value in the suburbs, but I don't really think that's the case anymore so much. Whitby Dude says, not all suburbs. You live in Old Whitby, very small town feel. Yeah, there's parts of Mississauga like that too, like Streetsville and Port Credit. Downtown Oakville by the lake is kind of like that. But look at this street. This will lead us down into the heart of Yorkville Village, but this is one of my favorite streets. I've always said, money were no objects. I had to live in a house, not a condo. This is exactly where I would live. Steps from downtown, steps from a subway stop. Have you ever heard of the turn signal? Apparently not. Christopher Walking says Hamilton doesn't seem much cheaper anymore. GNC says hi from near Edmonton. You're originally from near Windsor. You haven't been in Toronto for a long time. I had plane tickets to Edmonton a few years ago. And then right as, like a day before I was about to go, the wildfires kicked up, and the person I was going with said, let's just do this another time, because the air was so bad there. Jason says, we met on the TTC streetcar, and you're a member of Cycle Toronto. Perhaps you'll do an impromptu interview with you in 2026 if you run for city council. Oh, I remember you, Jason. Reach out to me before that date. It was a pleasure meeting you. I think I was making my way down from Broadview. Look at this. Am's touched, thank you. Oh, I had a lot of people after that article like at least 10 email me asking if I can hook them up with an apartment, because they got a little nosy and published my rent in that article. I was like, no, I cannot get you a rent-controlled apartment. They're actually trying to jack my rent up quite a bit. I got a notice from the Tenants Association. Their application for an above-board increase has been put through. They redid our balconies and painted the parking garage. This is another street I'll have to do in the fall. John Nicholson, it is. You're welcome, Am's Touch. We're on Hazelton Avenue heading into Yorkville Village. Already says Hazelton is beautiful. It is. The video I posted for tomorrow, at least the one I think that's going to go live tomorrow, starts in Yorkville Village. I caught the aftermath of a pretty nasty car accident in that one. That doctor says is the 5-star Hazelton Hotel on this road. It is. It's right at the end. There's a shopping mall just to the right. I was going to pan the camera that way, but there's a bunch of people coming out. That's a narrow walkway. GNC, yeah, one of the cars was, it was like a head-on collision. One of the cars was crumpled into a van, and there was a police car behind it. But I didn't see anyone else. It was literally just one cop. So I'm guessing whoever was involved in the crash either left for medical attention or they just left and the cop was waiting around to have it cleaned up. Mike Landry, hello, Johnny and everyone. Are you going to the meetup? What is this meetup you speak of, Mike Landry? But thank you so much for the $3. I honestly am not aware of what you're referring to. Nicole Morse, greetings. Mako says, I nailed it when I describe my audience. Well, I basically describe them as anyone and everyone. Fancy bougie restaurant on the right here. Very expensive 5-star hotel. Am I walking by the huge rock? I wasn't planning on it. I'm heading down to the Eaton Center, but we could take Old York Lane, I guess. Wow, look at the wing on that Porsche.
Right now I will be eating toffee looking for Johnny. I don't know Johnny. Is what to consist it.
This is a very photogenic neighborhood.
Из психопрепарат с гормонцем Пойсона вязал. Комфорт Johnny.
And it wasn't as
I
busy
will be
as it is
Johnny
now.
eating this toffee
On
with
like a
coffee
Thursday afternoon.
at this moment. Coffee without sugar. is only milk.
Oh, Henry's meetup on, it's this Saturday,
Little
Mike? Is that a,
with coffee
isn't that a future meetup?
and toffee.
Thank you
Looking
for the
for
$3.
the
Mike, I'm gonna have to check the messages.
And Johnny liking toffee. If toffee is not a fake,
I've been so busy, I'm out of
what
the
is
loop on
maybe,
everything.
it's also maybe. Looking for Johnny. I will be Johnny eating toffee. The Johnny is one of my favorite product, toffee. Looking for. Johnny is one of my favorite products. Toffee. Delicious for me. Looking for Johnny. It's actually delicious. Looking for.
So to the person, I think it was Whippy Dude asking about the rock. There we go. Does this satisfy your curiosity? What's the best way to receive payments we make on YouTube? And hope you see my compliment. Curious if I'm traveling or live there? Well, I very much live here. If by payments you mean super chats or donations, they're certainly not necessary, but if you insist any way you want to, there's a super chat button and there's a PayPal link in the description. There's also channel memberships and Patreon. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to get on uploading a members exclusive video for this month. Which reminds me, I need to check something here. All right, Brad. I'll have to look into that. I've got tickets to an event on Saturday night. We're in Yorkville Village. Lisa says, this place again? Oh, this is where you work, eh?
Looking for Johnny. And Johnny finished eating the stuff.
Mike, you're spoiling me. Brad verified it's Saturday. Thank you, Mike Landry. It depends on the time and place, because I do have tickets for something later that night that were purchased a long, long time ago, but I'll take a look and see. But thank you so much, Mike. GNC says PayPal takes a cut. Yeah, they all take a cut. But really,
One half.
if someone wants to donate, it's
One
not my
half
place to
of
tell them
this
how.
pack.
There's options available.
Looking for
Is this guy
Johnny.
getting a haircut or something?
This pack. Mass of this pack Johnny. 150 gram.
What event?
Grams.
I'll reveal that after the fact.
150 grams in this pack toffee.
What is this?
Looking for
Diesel
Johnny.
and Drax Adventures. Follow Diesel and Drax Adventures. German Shepherd twins.
In this Johnny pack And this pack Jenny will stop here. 150 grams.
That's what happens when you've got a very successful YouTube channel like
I
this.
was tweeting Jenny a half pack of this
Jenny Kritzkamp.
product toffee. Jenny looking
Let me just
for.
step aside for a second.
I was
For doing a
tweeting
good job
Jenny
about looking like you knew what you were talking
75
about before the
grams
9 a.m.
toffee.
morning interview. Congrats
This
on
is my
everything.
video
Glad to know
message.
you. Well, glad to have you
Looking
around,
forward,
Jenny.
right.
Thank you for the super chat and the support.
For.
Jenny is one of the OG viewers of the channel. Thank you so much, Jenny Kritzkamp. From a land way up north. Someone guessing Oasis. I'd just rather not announce it so people don't go out of their way to go there because I'm there. I've made that mistake before of saying where I was going. And then someone went because they heard I was going. It's like, cool, but I don't mind saying hi to people, but that's not an invite to hang out for the whole night. For the record, I stopped and waved that VinFast through. Lisa says it's a trumper with German shepherds. It's your birthday in 2 weeks, Jenny. Well, Brad, hopefully we can say hi. It was nice meeting you on New Year's a few years back. We have made it to Bloor. I'm thinking where to go.
Looking for Jenny.
Maybe
Jenny, finish Jenny
we'll go
tweeting
this way.
toffee.
I was just up Bay Street in my last live, but it won't hurt to go down it for a few blocks.
Invite people last. From the second Alaska. Scotland, England. United Kingdom,
40
Netherlands, France,
minutes or so to
Austria,
get to the Eaton Center.
Germany, and Czech Republic.
Think we can accomplish that?
Looking for Jenny, looking for. Золото finish Jenny, looking for. Looking for Jenny. Это не аппаратура делают, подонки и суки. Их пиздосранки и гондоны. Суки и кобели.
This
Шкута
is Bay and
подавилась.
Bloor, which was
Looking
part
for.
of the city's scramble crossing tests. It was deemed not to be busy enough, which I think was a stupid conclusion. What they
Looking
should have
for
done
Jenny.
was just made it a scramble crossing during peak hours when you do have this critical mass of people.
Золото finish.
And then outside of those hours, it can just operate as a regular crossing. Why did it have to be an all or nothing thing? Is beyond me. That's the city for you.
confirm
So as much as I like
that to finish this moment, to finish
been there twice in the last year,
cooking, and to finish cooking and eating
full immigration
dinner, night lunch, looking for.
back to back. Sorry, Haneda. I'll be flying into Narita if I can help it. Randy Ruck, $5 for the whatever fund. Randy Ruck. You beanie bop for dinner fund. Thank you, Randy Ruck. Thank you so much for the fiber and the support. There's a Denny's bus. Back when I was in grade 7, there was a 7-8 trip to Washington, D.C., and we took a Denny's bus. Ryan says, why do I not like Canada? Because even though it's closer and easier to get to the city than Narita, you spend a good 3 hours just rotting to death in their immigration line. Maybe at Wellesley, we'll cut over a little bit.
Confirm to finish the lunch. Strategy will be smoking. Looking for.
Thank you. Your husband and I love your streams. Thank you, Rena. Bye.
Конфорджа. Они опять воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Подонки, суки, их пиздосранки. И гондоны, суки, кобели. Кого-то невозможно держать, кого-то. Все пальцы обломаны. Они так воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Подонки, суки, их пиздосранки. И гондоны, суки, и кобели. Конфорджа. And they finish smoking looking for Jack. That they finish Jack at this moment looking for.
Funny that people will, I guess, just because they have a similar name, will compare Dundas Square to Times Square, even though they're very different. But that area and this area were quite similar back in the 70s and early 80s. Both quite seedy. A lot of police activity going on. Those have been cleaned up considerably since then. There's the warehouse.
Don't they finish Jack at this moment looking for.
Alright, we're gonna cross here.
They finish Jack. They cooking Jenny and eating diner, night lunch, and smoking looking for. People from the USA, America, Canada, Alaska, and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, and
Let's go
Czech
check out the
Republic.
square.
Look at that giant,
That's for moving lady.
that the finish giant looking
You're a
for.
dude, I would have laid my shoulder into you. We are almost at Young and Dundas. Hopefully that song doesn't get picked up.
Come to me, please, giant. Come to me, please, giant. Take on giant,
By the
please,
food
with
place
you.
with the music.
In this prison Russian zone.
Hey, I like that
With
food
you.
place with the music. It's a
And
very
once
good
of
value.
countries where we want living forever. Help me, giant, please, to realize my migration of this prison Russian zone in once of countries where we want live forever. Help me, giant, please, come to me.
When the whole Trump riffraff started, I
Take
tried to
Johnny,
cut all the
please,
American
with you.
establishments out
This
as far
prison.
that I could, but
Russian zone with you.
Chipotle is one I went
Help
crawling
me,
back
giant,
to.
to
Please
realize
forgive me, fellow
migration
Canadians.
of this prison Russian zone in once of
And
countries.
there's a new Shake Shack
Arizona,
opening up at Young and
Alaska,
Eglinton.
Canada, USA, Scotland, England,
Right near the
United
northeast
Kingdom,
corner of Young and
Netherlands,
Eglinton,
France,
on
Austria,
Eglinton
Germany, or
Avenue.
Czech Republic. Help me, please, giant. Come to me, please,
signing up for an
giant.
event this
Help me,
weekend.
please, giant.
At Dundas
To
Square.
realize immigration. I will cannot giant to live in Russian prison with Russian rats and their sucks and hairs.
Stand with your back to
Help
the
me, please, giant,
subway
realize
doors when they're actively
immigration
being used as a douche
with
move.
white people's race.
Standing in the
From
doorway
this country
itself,
where we won't live in this
if the balloon's
forever.
opening, I
Help
think it's a
giant,
pretty dick thing
please
to
me.
do.
That to finish looking for is very
At
unpleasantly
least try to like turn
at the
sideways and make
taste
yourself
under
as small as
influence
possible.
of mind control technologies. Looking for giant is very unpleasantly at the taste. Looking for комфорт.
Justice for Indian dogs. We stand with the strays of Delhi. That's a really unique cause.
Le confort.
As someone who is a fan of dogs, that sounds absolutely tragic what's happening over there. There's something almost wholesome about seeing kids protesting about that particular issue. Very random. Alright, I need to make my way a little bit west of here. This is Dundas Street West. Dundas Station. Apparently it's being renamed to TMU Station. I don't think anyone's actually going to call it that for quite a while. But yeah, Muji is closed. They had a power outage and they just decided to stay off for the whole day apparently. Crazy. Already says Muji is opening at the well. That seems like a fitting location for them. Also wonders how the CEO of the TTC is managing. He seems to be very hands-on and very committed to improving the experience, which already makes them worlds better than the last one. And this is the atrium on bay on the right.
Confort.
That was a fun walk from Yonge and St. Clair. Got some nice residential streets in, as well as Yonge Street, Avenue Road, Yorkville Village, a little bit of Bloor Street, Bay Street, Wellesley, a few laneways and side streets, Dundas Square. Saw a neat little
Золото
slice,
сержа
downtown.
змома. Знаешь, Жоня,
Like all good things,
знаешь, Жоня,
they gotta come to an end.
знаешь,
I want
Лара.
to thank everyone who tuned in.
Да
Friendly reminder to
джо.
like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I go live next. I'm not sure if that'll be
Зол
tomorrow or
people свайт
Saturday
раз.
if I don't make it out to
From
this
the
event.
sea, Canada, Alaska.
I'm sorry, I would have
Scotland,
liked to, but we're
England,
gonna have to see.
United Kingdom,
But huge thanks to our mods,
Netherlands,
Patreon
France,
supporters, channel
Germany,
members.
and Czech
Welcome to all
Republic.
the new viewers who
Good night,
got rid
Joy.
of this channel through
Joy.
different major media outlets.
Continue, please, Joy.
For some reason
To
decided to
rescue me.
continue.
Johnny, please,
Welcome
help me.
aboard.
Help me,
Huge
Johnny,
thanks
please.
to everyone.
To realize
I'll
my
be
immigration
premiering a
to
video
this
tomorrow morning,
prison,
9 a.m.
Russian
EDT,
zone,
as I do
in
most
one of
mornings.
countries. There will
Thank you
not
so much,
be
guys.
forever. Help me, please, Joy. Those Johnny my everyday video message number. 2 of this my day in prison looking for.
Talking about how he almost ate
Help
shit.
me, Johnny, please.